Once upon a time, three men traveled a winding path to seek the wisdom of a revered Zen master, known for his insights into life and enlightenment. As the sun beamed down on the picturesque landscape, casting dappled shadows on the ground, they felt a mix of excitement and apprehension about what they would learn. Upon arriving at the modest abode of the Zen master, they were greeted with a warm smile that immediately put them at ease. The master gestured for them to sit and offered them tea. The fragrance of the brewed leaves wafted through the air, soothing their eager spirits. The first man took a sip and introduced himself with pride. "I'm a doctor, and I work at the hospital in town. I help people with their ailments. I've come to see you because I want to learn how to be a better doctor." His voice was filled with urgency, his eyes reflecting a desire to mend both the physical and emotional wounds of those he treated. The second man followed suit, his demeanor confident yet earnest. "I'm a lawyer. I defend people in court, fighting for their justice. I've come to see you because I want to learn how to be a better lawyer." His passion for his work was palpable, and he longed for the wisdom that would make his efforts more impactful. The third man sat quietly, stroking his beard thoughtfully before speaking. "I am a humble farmer," he said, his voice humble but steady. "I toil in the fields, nurturing life from the earth. I've come to learn how to be a better steward of the land." The Zen master listened intently to each of them, nodding as they spoke. Once they had all shared their aspirations, he made a surprising suggestion. "Each of you carries an important role in your community. Yet, in your quest for improvement, I wish to teach you through an experience rather than direct counsel. You shall each spend one day with nature, observing closely and reflecting deeply." The men exchanged glances, a mix of confusion and intrigue illuminating their faces. Nonetheless, they accepted the Zen master's challenge and parted ways, eager to uncover the lessons that awaited them. The next morning, the doctor found himself in a lush forest. As he walked along the winding trails, he observed the gentle sway of trees and the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a wounded bird, struggling to flutter its wings. His instinct as a doctor kicked in, and he knelt beside it. Gently, he examined its injury, feeling a sense of responsibility for its healing. As he looked closer, he remembered his training, the protocols and procedures that guided his work in the hospital. But in this moment, he realized that nature had its own way of healing. The bird's struggle was a natural part of life, a lesson in resilience. He refrained from intervening, instead choosing to simply observe, learning to respect the bird's journey and trusting its instincts for recovery. The experience humbled him, making him realize that sometimes healing is not solely in the hands of a caregiver, but a process that unfolds organically over time. Meanwhile, the lawyer found himself on a windswept beach, with the vast ocean before him. The waves surged and receded, an eternal dance between chaos and calm. As he walked, his mind was occupied with cases he had won and lost, the intricacies of law, and the burden of justice upon his shoulders. He sat down on a rock and began to reflect on his work. Suddenly, he noticed a group of crabs emerging from the sand, frantically scuttling in all directions. Their frantic energy mirrored his own thoughts about life and his career. Inspired, he began to watch them closely, amazed at their resilience despite the challenges they faced. In that moment of observation, he understood something profound about justice. It wasn't just about winning cases, but also about being fair and equitable, like the crabs who worked together to avoid danger. Each time they found safety, they returned to the sand to dig deeper, reinforcing their home. The lawyer realized that justice, like the tide, ebbed and flowed, and he would need to adapt his own approach to be more like the cooperative spirit of the crabs, championing not just the outcome, but the process of fairness for everyone involved. In a verdant valley, the farmer spent his day amidst the fields of green and gold. He toiled under the sun, planting seeds and watering the delicate sprouts. As he worked, he found himself pondering the connection between his actions and the harvest reaped at the end of the season. As he cultivated the earth, he felt the weight of responsibility for the life cycles of the crops. He watched as a butterfly danced from bloom to bloom, pollinating flowers. Suddenly it hit him. The essence of farming was not merely about his technique or the yield he produced, but a sacred dance with nature. It was about nurturing potential, being patient, and trusting that in time, with care, the land would generously provide. As the sun began to set, the three men returned to the Zen master, each carrying the lessons they learned from their day in nature. They settled back into the familiar space, the tea still warm from the pot. The Zen master looked at each of them, gently urging them to share their experiences. The doctor was the first to speak, recounting the wounded bird and how he learned the value of allowing nature to follow its course. The lawyer spoke next, sharing the lesson he learned from the crabs and the significance of cooperation and justice. He realized that his role was not only to fight for truth, but also to cultivate an environment where fairness could thrive. Finally, the farmer spoke of the delicate balance between nurturing life and remaining patient, celebrating the beauty of growth and transformation that resided within nature's cycle. The Zen master listened attentively and smiled at their reflections. You see, my friends, improvement and wisdom come not merely through the actions we take, but through the awareness we cultivate. In healing, we learn patience. In justice, we find connection. In nurturing, we embrace the journey of life. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle in. Remember, the path to self-improvement is not a destination, but a continuous exploration of understanding. Reconnect with nature, your thoughts, and the connections between you and others. The lessons you learn along the way will shape not just who you are now, but the ripple of impact you leave on the world. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the three men felt a new lightness in their hearts. They had come seeking wisdom, but they left with enlightenment, a deeper understanding of their roles in the tapestry of life. Each man departed, carrying with him the insight that self-improvement is rooted not in the accolades or titles we hold, but in the openness to learning from our experiences, an awakening to the profound lessons that life continually unfolds before us. In conclusion, let this story serve as a reminder that self-improvement is a journey of awareness and connection with the world around us. True wisdom comes from seeing beyond our immediate desires and recognizing the intricate web of life we are a part of. Embrace your journey, learn from both nature and your experiences, and allow them to shape you into a better version of yourself. Through this exploration, you will discover not only who you are, but also the impact you can make on the lives of others.